are now listening to We Talk Entertainment.
Let's get high. Let's get high. Let's get high.
And Talk Entertainment. Share and subscribe.
What's going on, everybody? It is Hollow.
It's a horror station.
And welcome to We Talk Entertainment. And on this episode, we're going to be giving a review, thoughts, opinions on Ghostbusters Afterlife. And tonight on this episode, we have some lovely flour with a little bit of oil drizzled on top of it. And we're going to get super baked and, do what we do. Alright, let's talk about Ghostbusters Afterlife. Now, Ghostbusters 3 is what I'm going to call it, has been something that has been stuck in development hell since the early 90s, maybe late 90s. And they've tried 3-4 different attempts to make it, didn't go through, didn't go as planned. And then out of nowhere, out comes the 2016 Paul Feig all-female Ghostbusters. And, I can't really consider that 3, regardless of my dislike for it, because it feels like it was set in its own separate universe. Yeah, the original Ghostbusters cameoed in it, but they were all different characters. They weren't like, Bill Murray wasn't Peter Venkman, and Dan Aykroyd wasn't Ray. So, to me, that movie is like an Elseworlds on a different Earth type of Ghostbuster story. During all of this, Egon Spengler, the actor, Harold Ramis, passed away. And that is sort of what gave life to Afterlife. That was unfortunately, but fortunately, to some extent, what garnished and gave life to Ghostbusters Afterlife, so that we could get a true proper sequel to those movies. Now, we had kind of cheated at first and watched Ghostbusters Afterlife, a cam version of it on the phone. And then we went and saw it in theaters. For me, I grew up a Ghostbusters fan. When I was a kid, I kind of liked 2 more than 1. I have fond memories of them bringing the Statue of Liberty to life with the mood slime, walking all through New York and whatnot. And then as I got older, my love and appreciation shifted more towards the first. I feel it just had a better story. Not that 2 has a bad story. I don't know what it is about 1. There's just something about 1 that has a more spookier vibe, better looking ghosts. I don't know. And so, after Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2, 3 was stuck in development hell. In 2009, we got a Ghostbusters video game that served as sort of a official, unofficial sequel to Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2. And a lot of fans, they'd consider it the official Ghostbusters 3. But we have Afterlife now. And so Afterlife is basically the story of this mom and her kids getting evicted from their apartment. But they find out that their grandfather left them a house sort of in the middle of nowhere. It's more like a dirt farm. They call him the dirt farmer. But yeah. So they go there, everything's all hunky-dory and stuff, and then you find out the place is haunted by a certain mysterious spirit. So basically, blah, 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 you find out that this certain spirit is Egon's spirit, and, you find out that he was their grandfather, and they discover the old Ecto-1 and the suits and the proton packs and everything, and then they become Ghostbusters themselves, and then Gozer comes back. Now, me personally, I love seeing Gozer, but I don't like when stories tread ground that has already been treaded, if that makes sense. We had Gozer in the first movie. I feel like they could have come up with something else. Ivo Shandor, much like in the video game, is who I was hoping would have been the ultimate bad of Ghostbusters Afterlife, because there was this mystery surrounding Ivo Shandor, He wasn't mentioned so much in the second one, but the first one, he was the one who built Dana Barrett's apartment as the portal for Gozer to return. And then once Gozer comes back in Afterlife, she just splits Shandor in half. It's like, well, shit, so much for that, you know. And so, you know, overall, I think it was a good sequel, a lot of heart, a lot of love and respect. I'll give it to you, Sahar. What did you think of Ghostbusters Afterlife?
It was pretty great. I never really sat and watched the first or second one, like, before. Like, I kind of watched the third or the fourth, whatever you want to call it, the Afterlife one.
Yeah.
I watched that one fully first before the first and second.
Yeah.
And it pulled me in. Like, it made me want to watch the first and second. And I don't know, it's like different. It's way different. But I mean, they're both different, like, stories, and they're both great. Like, just watch them all.
Right.
Like,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Definitely watch them all. You can decide if you want to watch the 2016 Ghostbusters movie. I haven't made her watch it yet. I don't think she wants to watch it.
It looks kind of dumb.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I would probably rate Ghostbusters Afterlife. I'd honestly give it a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so 10 out of 10 for me, 10 out of 10 for you. Ghostbusters Afterlife. It is the sequel of all sequels. I wouldn't say it's the best sequel there's ever been, but it's up there in the pantheon of like really good sequels. Because sometimes when sequels are made, they fall from the original and whatnot or anything. And even though Ghostbusters Afterlife does have a lot of nostalgia, it's nostalgia done right. There's nothing wrong with nostalgia making you feel giddy like, oh, this is like my childhood, you know. Anyways, 10 out of 10. See Ghostbusters Afterlife. This has been Hollow.
Sahara Starshine.
And this has been Weed Talk Entertainment. Catch you guys next time.